Hey everyone, welcome back to Brand New Vegan. Today I'm going to talk about a product that is near and dear to my heart. A plant-based meat alternative that's super easy to use, packed with protein, and made from just one ingredient. Today we're talking about Butler Soy Curls. If you're new here, hi, I'm Chuck. I show people just how easy and tasty it could be to adopt a whole food plant-based diet. So what exactly is a soy curl? First, Butler Foods is a family-owned business right here in Oregon where they've been churning out these crispy little nuggets called soy curls for well over 20 years. Yeah, they're a Portland staple. Soy curls is just one of several products they make from whole soybean. According to the website, our soybeans are grown in the USA on a family farm, certified non-GMO, and grown without chemical pesticide. They use local spring water to soak and cook the beans before they're shaped into their familiar form, so no chloride and no fluoride. The process of how they actually create their unique shape is proprietary, but I imagine it's a lot like those little Play-Doh machines we used to play with as a kid. The soy curls are then basically dehydrated at low temps to ensure, quote, the natural goodness of the whole soybean, high in fiber and natural oil. So nothing weird, no weird ingredients, no additives, just whole soybeans in a super cute and convenient form. And when you soak them in hot water, they transform into this amazing, chewy, meaty texture that will work in a ton of different recipes. So where do you buy Butler Soy Curls? You can find them at some health food stores, co-ops, or online, either directly from their website, butlerfoods.com, or Amazon. I'll drop some links below. Here in Portland, I found them at both Whole Foods and New Seasons. So you might be thinking, hey, aren't these just like TVP? Good question. Soybeans are made from whole, non-GMO soybeans. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. So they are considered a whole food. TVP, on the other hand, which stands for textured vegetable protein, by the way, is a highly processed product. It's made from defatted soy flour, which means the natural fat and oil in the soybeans are extracted first. Why? Because TVP is actually a byproduct of making soybean oil. This is what's left. The soybeans are processed at high temps. Then their oil is removed using a chemical solvent like hexane. After the oil is removed, the leftover material is processed under high heat and pressure to create this dry, textured granules or chunks that we know as TVP. What's hexane? Hexane is a petroleum-based solvent used to extract soybean oil. And the problem is that trace amounts of that hexane can remain in the final product. Maybe you've seen something called soya chunks. These are basically made the same way from that defatted soy flour. Add to the fact that most soybeans grown here in America are genetically modified and sprayed with Roundup, and you can see why Butler Soy Curls are the obvious healthy choice. Do I use TVP? No, but I do have easy access to Butler Soy Curls. If not, Bob's Red Mill, they use non-GMO soybeans to make their TVP, so this would be my next choice. All right, so let's talk about how to use them. First, you want to hydrate them. Just soak them in hot water or broth for about 10 minutes. Once they're rehydrated, I highly recommend you squeeze out as much moisture as you can. This will really improve their texture. It kind of prevents them from becoming too soggy or rubbery. And then you cook them however you want. Saute, bake, air fry, even grill them. I've got a smoked soy curl recipe on my website. Alone, they taste pretty bland, but like all soy products, they soak up flavors like beautifully, so marinating them is the key. I got a ton of recipes on my website, even a few on my new cookbook, links below. So now for my favorite part, let's cook something. Here's one of my favorite quick and easy recipes to use Butler Soy Curls. We're going to make a super easy barbecue soy curl sandwich that's perfect for meal prepping or just for a quick lunch. And you know what else? The omnivores in your family may not be able to even tell the difference. Alright, so I'm going to make one of my favorites. This is a really simple soy curl recipe. We're going to start off with some broth. Now you can use the box broth if you want something like Pacific, something like this. I really like the flavor of this better than bouillon. I got a couple cups of water. I'm going to add a teaspoon broth. Pretty much 1 teaspoon per cup. I just think it has a lot better flavor. All we're going to do is rehydrate these soy curls because they're pretty dry, they're pretty crispy. Yeah. If you've ever bought those dried onion rings for like Thanksgiving green bean casserole, they're kind of like that texture, that dry. So we want to rehydrate them. You can use water, that's fine. There's no flavor to these soy curls at all. So if you add water, there's still not going to be much flavor. By adding broth, you'll have a little bit of flavor. So we're going to rehydrate these. Try not to make a mess. You just want to cover them. That's good. Just like that. And we'll let those sit for at least 10 minutes until they're nice and hydrated. So while the soy curls are hydrating, I am going to soften up about a 1/4 cup of onion, diced onion. And about a 1/4 cup of diced bell pepper. I've got red and orange here. Any color you like. Just a little bit of veggie broth so they don't stick. That's good. And we'll soften these up while these soy curls are being rehydrated. Now one thing about these soy curls, you can see they've soaked up a lot of that broth already. They'll get nice and squishy. And they have a texture of almost like shredded chicken. Yeah, they're soft already. But you can freeze these in a package before you use them. They'll last a lot longer. I didn't talk about storing them in the video, so you can store these soy curls in the fridge. Recommend the freezer if you're not going to use them for a while. They'll last for quite a while that way. But even if you're going to use them like the next day, when you get them home from the store or you get them from Amazon, put them in the refrigerator until you're getting ready to use them. They can go stale, they can go rancid. And then after you cook them, they also freeze wonderfully. No problem at all. But while they're dry and crispy in the package, if you want, you can crumble them up into the similar shape as the TVP. You can make like little hamburger like granules out of the dried crunchy soy curls. Or you can leave them whole. Or once they're hydrated, you can put them on a cutting board and chop them up to whatever shape you want. All kinds of variations here. We're just going to leave these as they are. Yeah, sometimes what I'll do is I'll just empty the bag. And by the way, I'm only using about 4 ounces of this 8-ounce bag. So about half a bag to make this recipe. I'll take the leftovers and put them inside a plastic bag for the next time. And then this can go in the freezer, at least the fridge. But if you want to crumble them up, here's the perfect way to crumble them up. Just take your hands and crunch down. You can also use a rolling pin and smash them up as fine as you want. This powder that you see at the bottom of the bag, that's like excellent hamburger replacement. So now that the soy curls have softened up, I'm going to transfer them into this colander. I want to drain off all of that broth. And I want to squeeze out as much moisture as I can. It really does help improve the texture. They won't become so soggy or rubbery that way. So you can do it however you want. I'm just using a potato masher, and you can see the liquid coming to the top. I'm just going to squeeze out as much of this as I can. And if I lift this up, yeah, you can see how much liquid's in there. Quite a bit. They're so versatile. You can use these in so many different ways. They make a great so-called vegan chicken salad. You can do the barbecue beef sandwiches. You can do a pulled pork sandwich. I've got a Mongolian beef recipe on my blog. So many different ways to use these things. And again, they're made from just one ingredient. Non-GMO soybeans. All right, let's get these over to the skillet. All right, the onions are looking good. I'm going to grab my soy curls, dump them in the skillet. Again, this was half of the bag. This is 4 ounces worth of soy curls. And all I want to do here is just put a little bit of color on them, a little bit of brownie. There's no oil in this pan, so if you feel like you're getting a little too dry and things are starting to stick, go ahead and add a little bit more broth or water. Okay, the last thing to do, now that my soy curls are starting to stick a little bit, the pan's a little dry, I'm going to turn down my heat to about medium-low, and I'm going to add some barbecue sauce. Now you can use whatever kind of sauce you like. I happen to like Stubbs. There's many different varieties of Stubbs. You can get sweet heat, you can get sticky sweet, all kinds. Jack Daniels is another good one. You have to look at the label yourself to see how much sugar you can tolerate or how much sugar you want to add. There are some that are low sugar. I know some people like the bone-sucking sauce. I can't find that here in Oregon, but I like Stubbs. Of course, it has no high fructose corn syrup or any of that stuff in it. And you just add as much or as little barbecue sauce as you like. I usually add a little bit at a time, then stir it in. Again, how much of this you use, totally up to you. I wouldn't recommend using the whole bottle, but yeah, just until you get it the way you like it. And of course, feel free to taste along the way. This is looking really good right now. There you go, barbecue soy curls. That was very simple, was it not? Very fast. Not a whole lot of cooking involved. One pan, easy cleanup, and tastes great. One other thing I like to add, just a touch of red wine vinegar. Just a touch. Maybe half a teaspoon. It just kind of gives it a little twang. You can also put these on top of rice, on top of a potato, make a sandwich. You use whatever bread, whatever bun you feel comfortable with. I've got some Dave's Killer Buns back here behind me. I like to go to the bakery section and look for their homemade buns. Sometimes, a lot of times, I find some that are completely oil-free. If that's your thing, they are out there. You just got to look for them. Now for a taste test, just a little bit here. Perfect. It's so good. Tastes just like a barbecue sandwich. It really does. If you have meat eaters in the house, omnivores, they'd be hard-pressed to tell the difference. It's that good. It's that similar to shredded meat. Anyway, let's get this bunned up and put it on a plate. All right, I got a Dave's Killer Bun here. Let's get some barbecue on this thing. And for a half a bag, you'll probably get, 4 sandwiches, I think. Pretty close, depending on how big a sandwich you want. I might put some fermented cabbage here on top. I tried my hand at making a homemade sauerkraut, and it makes a mess. Wouldn't you know it? Get on there. And maybe a couple pickles. I think that's good. What do you think? Would you guys eat this if I served it to you? Close enough to barbecue for you? I think so. Anyway, that's the recipe for the week. Hope you enjoyed it. And back to the video. All right, guys, now you know exactly what Butler Soy Curls are, how they compare to TVP, and how easy they are to cook with. Let me know in the comments, are you Team Soy Curl or Team TVP? And if you try this recipe, leave me a comment. Let me know how they turned out. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, hit that bell so you never miss a new video. I put out new videos every single weekend. So until next time, this is Chuck from Brand New Vegan. Thanks for watching.